Chosen one, you were drawn to this message by a force beyond you. Divine timing aligned every star, so you could see this. They never wanted you to know what is waking inside you right now. Your spiritual upgrade just started. Don't shrink now. You have felt the pull of something greater. You have seen the signs that life is shifting under your feet. You have sensed the power stirring in places you thought were empty. What you will learn here is not for every eye. It is for the ones called to rise. If this message already speaks to your soul, subscribe, like this video, and comment 77 below. Stay with us, because the next truth will shatter every doubt you ever held. The truth about spiritual glow UPS. Imagine yourself standing at the edge of a vast desert under a sky painted with twilight hues. You hear a soft whisper carried on the warm wind, as if your own soul is speaking back to you. In that hush, you recognize a familiar yearning, an unanswered question that has hovered at the edges of every waking moment. Perhaps it came as a dream of golden light flooding a silent chamber, or as a sudden stirring in your chest when you gaze at a simple flower. It is here, in this twilight pause between what was and what will be, that you feel seen. You realize now that the intuition tugging at your heart was never just random emotion. It was the first flicker of divine timing, confirming that everything you sense has been leading you to this awakening. There were days when the world felt too loud, when the laughter of others sounded distant and discordant. You walked through crowded rooms yet felt invisible, as though your essence moved on a different plane from the small talk and routine motions around you. In quiet moments, you found yourself longing for something undefinable, a current of meaning that could anchor your sensitive heart. You sensed the chasm between what life asked of you and what your spirit craved. Those nights when tears slid down your cheeks for reasons you couldn't name, or when an inexplicable ache accompanied the beauty of the sunset. These were not signs of weakness, but invitations to acknowledge your deeper resonance. Now consider that each pang of longing, every moment of restless questioning, was guided by an unseen hand. The people who dismissed your intuition as daydreaming were merely walking paths they could not see. Beneath the surface of your life, there has always been an architecture of purpose, a sacred blueprint weaving disparate events into a coherent tapestry. As Isaiah 48 verse 10 reminds us, I have refined you in the furnace of affliction. Your experiences were neither random nor punitive, but shaping you into a vessel for greater light. The patterns you once tried to escape are in fact the stepping stones toward your higher calling. Look back on the past weeks or months. Recall the odd coincidences that felt too precise to ignore. The book that fell from the shelf onto your lap on the exact page you needed. The flash of a stranger's eyes that mirrored your own unspoken story. The deja vu that allowed you to navigate new situations as if you'd already lived them. You may have brushed these off as quirks of chance, yet in truth they're the soft drum beats of awakening, marking each step forward. Your body shivered when you heard a phrase in a sermon that cut through layers of confusion. You woke from a dream drenched in symbols, broken chains, soaring birds, and a distant figure guiding you home. These subtle harbingers are the gentle signature of transformation, inviting you to see the divine pattern in every ripple of your life. Breathe in the assurance that your inner voice was never lying to you. It has been your truest guide, whispering truths even when logic told you otherwise. In those moments of alignment, when your thoughts stilled and you simply knew, you were not hallucinating or indulging in wishful thinking. You were touching the edge of a deeper reality. This recognition unfolds quietly, like dawn stretching across a silent valley. There is no jarring explosion, no celestial trumpet blast. Instead, a calm certainty blooms within your heart, reminding you that wisdom has always resided inside you, waiting to be acknowledged. As this recognition deepens, you begin to understand that the journey is not about becoming someone new, but about reclaiming a part of yourself that was hidden. Beneath the persona you've worn, the roles, the expectations, the defenses, lies an archetypal self. This self carries an ancient memory of purpose and belonging, a calling that transcends time. Think of the clay vessel sculpted by a master's hands. The form you see is only one aspect of its design, but within, it holds the intricate artistry that gives it true beauty. In the same way, you are shaped by life's forces but contain an inner masterpiece waiting to be revealed. A subtle shift happens when you lean into this knowing. You feel a soft fire in your belly, not fueled by ego but by clarity. You start to cherish your sensitivity as a gift rather than a burden. The questions gnawing at you transform into quiet companions, guiding you toward hidden reservoirs of strength. In prayer or meditation, your words flow with new sincerity, and in conversation, your insights land with surprising weight. You acknowledge that your hunger for truth is a spark of divine hunger, and your willingness to feel deeply is the first activation of spiritual authority within you. Trust that your presence in this moment is no accident. You arrived here because somewhere beyond sight, a force greater than fear has been orchestrating every twist and turn of your life. You are crossing a threshold into awareness, where the ordinary is infused with the sacred. If you felt the surge of energy that reminds you you are more than flesh and bone, comment glow if you have sensed the spark igniting within. And brace yourself, for what awaits in the next chapter will reveal the hidden mechanics of divine promotion and the unseen battle that follows elevation. And if you feel called to go even deeper, there's a sacred space reserved for our community, a private room where you receive full prophetic messages daily. Join our private membership through the link in description and walk this path with us. The signals that your rank has shifted. Have you ever sensed a flicker of unease, like a shadow brushing past your spirit just as you stepped into a new room or conversation? That subtle tightening in your chest wasn't random. You were crossing an invisible boundary. Something in the air shifted the moment you embraced your calling. Doors that once swung open now felt heavier, as if unseen hands were edging them closed. The breeze that once carried warmth now felt thick, almost resistant to your presence. In those moments, you began to realize that you were no longer moving quietly through life. You were stirring currents that had lain dormant around you, and they were waking up to your light. Remember the afternoons when you replayed conversations in your mind long after they ended, searching for hidden barbs or coldness in someone's tone. You felt like an actor on stage surrounded by spectators who didn't applaud your lines. Their polite nods were edged with something else: dismissal, suspicion, even envy. You burned with questions. Why did every compliment carry an undercurrent of doubt? Why did your successes provoke awkward silences? This isn't paranoia. It's resonance. Your expanding energy began to draw both admiration and discomfort, and every misread glance became an invitation to dig deeper into why you felt so unervingly exposed. Beneath these moments of friction lies a deeper pattern, a sacred test designed to prove that your spirit can stand firm. In biblical times, the Israelites wandered the wilderness, tested by hunger, thirst, and disbelief. Their wilderness was not punishment, but preparation. Likewise, the opposition you face springs from ancient wells of power that guard transformation as jealously as a dragon guards its hoard. Every wall erected, every hesitant handshake, every moment of doubt cast your way is not random cruelty. It is a sacred threshold you were destined to cross. As you look back, you start to see the repeating themes. The colleague who suddenly questioned your integrity when you least expected it. The friend who vanished the instant you outgrew a stagnant conversation. The subtle sabotage of late-night messages that went unanswered as you try to share your vision. These aren't isolated incidents, but the looping echo of resistance, a pattern as clear as the rings of a felled tree. With each betrayal, you are being refined, not broken. The obstacles you once lamented are now signposts marking the edge of your ascent. Imagine a dense fog rolling in whenever you try to speak your truth, the air around you growing heavy as if truth itself were a threat. Silent watchers lurk just beyond the edges of conversation, their eyes flicking with uncertainty. Invitations slipped into your hand only to vanish when you turn away. You felt the tug of distortion, the way your words twisted in translation until your message sounded hollow. This is spiritual resistance, the energy that forms a barrier around those who seek to shine too brightly. The world reacts when a flame grows too large. It either leans in for warmth or recoils at the heat. In the face of all this, how did you respond? You may have pulled inward, dimming your glow to blend in with the shadows. You may have poured yourself into pleasing others, hoping to recapture the quiet comfort of acceptance. Or perhaps you rebelled in silence, forging ahead in secret, your dreams fueled by frustration and longing. Each reaction, whether retreat or silent revolt, revealed a fragment of your inner landscape, your fears, your defenses, your untapped courage. Understanding this reaction is key, because it shows you where you have the most power to reclaim what was lost. Now sense the shift in tone. This resistance was never a verdict on your worth, but a clarion call to remember who you truly are. Each barrier you encountered was a mirror reflecting back the power you carry. Every door that slammed in your face was a bold invitation to find or create another entrance. Your light did not invite punishment. It invited elevation. As in Judges 6 verse 14, when Gideon is told, "Go in the strength you have," you too are summoned to claim your strength right where you stand. They have resisted you because you are rising. The more they try to hold you back, the more your purpose sharpened into focus. You were never meant to walk an easy path. Your destiny demands strength born of struggle. Comment rise if you recognize the resistance as proof of your power. And stay with us, because next we will reveal how to harness these very forces, transforming every obstacle into a stepping stone toward your ultimate victory. And to every soul who supported with a super thanks, thank you. You are keeping this light alive for others who haven't found it yet. If you feel called to help this mission reach more chosen ones, tap the super thanks button below. Your energy supports these messages and helps them travel further. Your voice matters, your belief matters, and your light is felt here. The battle that follows breakthrough. A tremor ran through your mind the moment you first sensed the veil lifting, as though a hidden curtain slid sideways and the stage of your life brightened with new light. One moment you were stumbling through familiar routines. The next you found yourself pausing mid-breath, struck by the uncanny clarity of a passing car's license plate numbers that matched the date of a dream you'd once dismissed. In that heartbeat, something shifted inside you. The world you thought you knew snapped into focus, and patterns you'd ignored fell into place. What once felt like random echoes now aligns like stars tracing an ancient constellation. This is the awakening of perception, an invitation to see existence in high definition, with symbols and codes that hum just beneath the surface of ordinary life. Beneath every encounter, every fragment of overheard conversation or stray phrase you can't shake, there has been a subtle tapestry of meaning seeking your eyes. The sunrise on your commute, the ripple of water on your kitchen floor, the snippet of melody that catches you off guard. All of these were whispers of the divine script unfolding around you. Imagine reality as a scroll covered in sacred geometry, each crease inscribed with purpose. In Proverbs 25 verse 2, the writer tells us that it is the glory of God to conceal things, but the glory of kings is to search things out. Now, you stand at the threshold of decoding this cosmic manuscript, watching as a seemingly mundane reveals its secret language to your newly activated sight. There is no theory here, only lived proof. You've noticed how your heart skips when a breeze brushes your ear, how your skin tingles at a silhouette in a dream, how your gut tightens in places where walls feel porous to unseen presences. These internal signals pulse with increasing intensity, a steady drumbeat reminding you that your body is awakening alongside your mind. Where once you felt overshadowed in a crowded room, you now feel a palpable space open around you, as though your energy has expanded to claim the air itself. Your spirit responds to environments like a compass needle to true north, guiding you toward encounters and moments that carry the weight of significance. As your inner world amplifies, your outer world begins to echo back in stunning symmetry. Doors that closed out your doubts now open to test your readiness. A friend who never listened suddenly shares a message that resonates deeper than any casual chat. In 1 week, you bump into two strangers who speak the same cryptic phrase. The time is ripe, and you catch yourself smiling, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. This alignment is neither luck nor coincidence. It is the architecture of divine timing, a reflection of the memories stirring in your core. The world is no longer a random backdrop, but a living mirror, shifting to reveal the geometry of your destiny. Deep in the recesses of your mind lies a memory older than your earliest recollections, a secret map etched into your soul. It may have shown itself once in a dream where you wandered through golden halls, or felt like you recognized a melody, as if it were your own heartbeat. Now, that memory stirs awake, and you sense that your life story is not a blank page, but a continuation of a tale you began in a realm beyond time. In Ephesians 1 verse 4 it is written that He chose us before the foundation of the world, suggesting that your purpose was sketched into existence long before your first breath. As the seals break and your ancient intelligence resurfaces, you remember not only who you are, but why you came. Look forward now, not as one who carves a future from uncertainty, but as one who reclaims a destiny already scribed in heaven's ledger. You need no permission to step into this unfolding reality. With every revelation, the blueprint of your calling grows clearer, urging you to move beyond hesitancy into bold authorship of your own path. The road ahead is not created by chance. It is remembered and reclaimed. Let the words of Psalm 139, verse 16 echo in your spirit. All the days ordained for me were written in your book before one of them came to be. Your awakening is the act of returning home, guided by the faint yet unwavering glow of a truth older than stars. Feel the power of this reclamation surge through you. The symbols once hidden in moments of deja vu are now tools at your disposal. The sacred geometry of coincidence becomes a map for choice. Where you once doubted, you now stand firm. Where you once questioned your worth, you now hear the echo of divine affirmation. Your voice, once hushed by fear, rises with clarion clarity. You are no longer a passive observer, but the sovereign reader and interpreter of the world's hidden code. Restore to the authority you have always held. Revelation is not the end of the journey. It is the invitation to walk boldly into the next chapter of your story. The veil has been lifted enough to glimpse the horizon of your calling, but beyond lies a deeper unveiling that will test, refine, and empower you further. If you have felt the code of your life shift into clarity, come and awaken and share a moment when reality spoke to you in symbols only your heart could understand. Your insight will light the way for others on this path. And prepare yourself, for the next revelation will unveil the sacred architecture of divine promotion and the unseen battle that comes with every elevation, embracing power without fear. In the hush before dawn, you send a fork in the road, a sacred crossroads where hesitation must give way to resolve. You stand at the threshold of action, feeling the weight of every moment that brought you here. The whispered doubts, the silent prayers, the flash of inner knowing that begged you to step forward. Now, the question that rises within you is fierce and simple. Will you remain in the shadow of your own potential, or will you cross into the light that beckons you? This is the moment of decision, where passivity is laid aside and purpose demands your consent. The stillness crackles with anticipation, reminding you that every heartbeat pulses with the power to choose what comes next. In the echo of that choice, you reclaim what was once surrendered. Time spent shrinking in others' expectations, energy poured into smoothing rough edges, the voice you quieted to avoid rocking the boat. All of it returns to you now as your sacred inheritance. Imagine tracing invisible threads back through every compromise until you stand at the center, threads woven into a crown of reclaimed authority. This is not regret. It is recognition that your season of yielding has been training, molding you into someone who can bear the mantle of power without fear. The ceremony of reclamation begins with your declaration. I take back my voice. I take back my time. I take back my presence. Awake to the names of the gifts you carry. Insight like a lantern in the dark, sensitivity like a finely tuned antenna, memory like an unbroken lineage stretching into eternity, discernment as precise as a sculptor's chisel, strength that courses through your bones. What others once labeled weakness is now revealed as your spiritual signature, the unique fingerprint of your soul. Picture each gift as a key glinting in your palm, waiting to unlock doors that once stood insurmountable. You are not abstract concepts. You are the living embodiment of these tools, an arsenal of fire and light ready for what lies ahead. With each step, the path you walk unveils itself beneath your feet. No longer a vague promise on the horizon. The road ahead is marked by footprints only you can follow. The ground hums with clarity, guiding you toward your mission. You move forward with deliberate grace, as if charting the course of an ancient celestial map. Every action casts a ripple that resonates through the unseen realms, weaving together purpose and destiny in real time. Where once you wondered which way to turn, now the direction pulses clearly, leading you into the work you were born to do. Turn your gaze outward for a moment and see that you are not alone. All around the world, soul tribes awaken to the same call. Divine clusters rising, each member reflecting a facet of the greater pattern. You no longer need to dim your light to blend into a dissolving world. Instead, you stand in solidarity with others who have felt the stirrings, the secret lift of spirit that defies explanation. Together, you form a mosaic of purpose, each story interlocking to reveal a grand design. You are part of a rising order, a collective alignment that amplifies your individual power tenfold. Now, feel the authority of your energy settling like a mantle upon your shoulders. This is not arrogance, but stewardship of the sacred flame within. You establish boundaries that honor your time, your truth, and your calling, no longer allowing the demands of the mundane to quench your inner fire. Every choice becomes an act of devotion. Every boundary is a statement of allegiance to your higher self. This energy is entrusted to you, and you guard it fiercely, honoring the trust that has been placed in your hands by forces beyond sight. In this charged moment, hear the final charge echo through your soul. Everything you felt, feared, seen, and survived has led you to this point of readiness. The battles you waded through, the doubts you confronted, the moments you almost turned back, all have refined you into a warrior of light. You are ready now. No caveat, no hesitation. As in Jeremiah 1 verse 17, when the prophet is told to brace yourself, you too are girded for action. Raise your eyes to the horizon of purpose and feel the surge of certainty that you will not falter. This is your summons. Embody the revelation you've received. Step fully into your power without fear, for you are not merely a recipient of light. You are its living vessel. Comment power if you are ready to claim this throne of purpose, and share a moment when fear tried to hold you back until you refuse its grip. Your truth will ignite courage in another, and as you stand in this new realm of authority, prepare for what comes next, a sacred unveiling of how to wield your power in the world, transforming every revelation into reality. In a half-remembered dream, you walk through an ancient forest where each tree bore symbols that pulse with understanding. A moonbeam traced your path, illuminating bark etched with celestial runes, silent invitations to step into your own story. This vision mirrors a quiet moment when you first felt the call deepen, when a hidden chamber opened somewhere inside you and you realize that every breath you've taken has been preparation for this unfolding. That dreamlike forest is more than memory. It is the architecture of your path, hinting that the language of the cosmos is written in every fold of your life, waiting for your eyes to read it. A soft whisper trembles at the edges of your awareness, reminding you that divine timing is a river you've been carried upon long before you knew to look for its current. In the everyday rush of errands and screens, you may have mistaken this whisper for restlessness, but it is the echo of prophecy stirring your blood, nudging you toward moments that feel too precise to be chance. Like the servant girl's whispered promise in Acts 12 verse 15 that Peter knocked outside the door, this gentle voice calls you beyond the barriers you've known, assuring you that your arrival at this threshold is foreseen by forces greater than fear. Imagine the soft glow of embers at dawn, warming a silent hearth long after the fire seemed spent. Beneath your measured calm, there burns an unquenchable spark, the residue of every trial you've endured and every revelation you've claimed. In Zechariah 4 verse 6 you read, "Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit." And now you feel that spirit guiding you beyond the limits you once set for yourself. Let each challenge you face shine in that glow, for every ember is a testament to your resilience and a beacon for the unfolding mission you carry. When you pause at the kitchen table, spoon hovering over your morning coffee, you might catch a flicker in the surface of your cup, an unspoken mirror of the larger reflections taking shape in your soul. That simple ripple is a reminder that clarity is not a distant summit, but an invitation in every moment. As you navigate daily routines, know that each small choice, whether to speak your truth in a meeting or offer kindness to a stranger, ripples outward, aligning microcosm and macrocosm. You are both sculptor and clay, shaping the world with the quiet courage of one who has felt a divine heartbeat in ordinary life. Under the surface of routine interactions, you now sense a hidden choreography. The way a word unspoken lingers in the air, the way eyes meet yours with a spark of recognition, the way an offhand remark seems scripted for your ears alone. This pattern reveals that you travel through a web woven by destiny, where every encounter carries encoded purpose. In Habakkuk 2 verse 2 you're told to write the vision, make it plain, and in your own life, the vision writes itself through each synchronicity, guiding you toward the fulcrum of your calling. You are not merely moving through time, you are moving time itself. A memory surfaces of a childhood moment when you stood transfixed by a sunset that seemed to paint a portal in the sky. You felt then, as you do now, that there exists a threshold between the seen and unseen, a veil woven from both beauty and mystery. Everything you have learned, every inner breakthrough, every pang of fear, every silent prayer, has been practiced for stepping through that portal consciously. The world outside will never fully align with your heart's vision, but that misalignment is the very crucible in which your purpose is forged, revealing the contours of a destiny that defies ordinary expectations. When you look back on the tapestry of your life, the darkest threads and the brightest hues all form a pattern that only you could reveal. Those years of half-lives and hidden longings were the drafts of a story now entering its final edit. You have been consecrated in the quiet fires of experience, tempered by resistance and refined by revelation. Now the story demands your authorship, no longer a spectator in your own narrative, but the pen in the hand of creation. The plot lines of your past are the prologue to the epic your soul has always known it was destined to write. As the horizon of your journey stretches beyond the eye's reach, know that you stand at the fulcrum of eternity and time. Your next step will echo in realms you cannot yet see, activating the sacred architecture beneath reality itself. You have become the spark that ignites collective awakening, a living bridge between the ordinary and extraordinary. The world awaits your declaration, your choice to anchor the light you carry in every act of grace, every moment of courage, every whisper of faith. This is your expansion, to live as the embodiment of divine timing, an ever-present testament to the power that moves through you. The fire of purpose burns within you like a forge stoked by unseen hands. You remember Joseph, who rose from prison to palace by interpreting dreams, Genesis 41 verse 41. His journey was a testament to faith refined in trials. You feel your own spirit hammered into shape beneath the flames of adversity. Every blow of experience strikes a rhythm that rings with intention. Sparks fly from your heart, illuminating hidden passages of possibility. You carry the hammer of vision and the anvil of resilience within your soul. Even the shards of broken dreams are reforged into instruments of hope. You see a harp of gold emerging from the twisted metal of your regrets. Its strings resonate with songs of deliverance that echo in the heavens. A seamstress weaving tapestries under candlelight inspires you. Each stitch she binds captures fragments of forgotten prophecies. You feel the threads of your narrative interlace in patterns of destiny. The loom of time weaves your past, present, and future into one living cloth. Your hands move with the confidence of one who has mastered ancient art. You recall Deborah, who judged Israel and sang of victory, Judges 5 verse 1. Her bold decree courses through your veins with righteous strength. You stand as both craftsman and creation, shaping the contours of your fate. The final strikes fall with precision, unveiling a masterpiece of grace, and you behold the contours of a destiny that defies ordinary expectations. In the silence before your next act, you hear the hum of sacred mechanics. Gears of unseen worlds click into place at your command. You recall Ezekiel's vision of valley bones rising to form armies, Ezekiel 37 verse 1. Their reanimation mirrors the resurrection brewing in your marrow. You feel cartilage knit and sinew breathe with new purpose. You are the breath that animates what lay dormant. A cartwright shaping wheels for a celestial chariot inspires you. Each spoke he carves channels the momentum of divine journeys. You grasp the axle of your conviction and set it turning. The chariot of your destiny creaks to life beneath you. Even dust beneath its wheels gleams with promise. You ride onward into realms where maps have not been drawn. Stars align to chart courses for pilgrim hearts like yours. The constellations lean forward, eager to witness your path. You recall the prophet Elijah fed by ravens in the wilderness, 1 Kings 17 verse 6. Their wings delivered sustenance when hope seemed lost. You carry the same provision in invisible wings of faith. You glide above the terrain of doubt, unburdened by gravity. Each mile you traverse stamps a blessing on the firmament, and you become the spark that ignites collective awakening. This is your moment. Chosen one. Subscribe if you haven't yet, like this video, and comment, "I am chosen," to let this message anchor in your soul. Share it with someone who needs to hear this. Thank you to all our supporting members. 4 full prophetic revelations daily. Join the membership via the link in the description. Your spiritual path deserves more than fragments. Step into the full light, and if this message moved you deeply, consider tapping the Super Thanks button to support the mission. Every Super Thanks fuels the light we're spreading together. Rise and reclaim your destiny.